Hey there, Tarot family. Welcome, welcome to another mystery reading with me, the Empress of Fortune. I have no idea what this reading is going to be about today. I only just picked the deck that we're going to use when I decided to do this reading. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Spirit, please help connect me with people who need to see this reading. Connect me with their guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, their higher selves, their spirit teams. Let's do some identifiers to find out if this reading is for you or not. You may already just intuitively feel that this reading is for you. If you want to skip over the identifiers part, there's another timestamp down below in the description box that will take you straight to the part with the cards, straight to the reading. It will be labeled reading. If you like to watch the identifiers, then you're more than welcome to join me on this journey as well. Spirit, who are my mystery folks? Who needs to hear this reading? Who are my mystery people who need to hear this reading? Who's this reading for, Spirit? Who is this reading for? Is there anybody else who needs to hear this reading? Anyone else? This is a great time to hit the like button, that thumbs up, and to subscribe to the channel. Anybody else who needs to hear this reading, Spirit? All right, let's go. So the way that these identifiers work, and I do just want to say that even if you don't find something in the identifiers, that doesn't mean that this reading's not for you. If you feel intuitively that this reading is yours, then go ahead and, take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's put it that way. But the way that these identifiers work is that at least one thing on one of these slips should be really resonant to you. It should be significant to you somehow. It could have shown up in your life in the past few days. It could just be really familiar to you in a way that feels like home, is how I want to say that. I've never said it that way before, but yeah, that could even be an identifier as well. But yeah, let's see who we've got here. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you could have that in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, possibly even your north node. Let's see. What do we have here? Linkin Park. I was just thinking about Linkin Park earlier today, so that's funny that that came out. It's a band. Their song In the End is coming through. And also Crawling. What's next? We've got Carnival. That makes me think of like a Carnival cruise ship, but it also could be like carnival time wherever you are, and that could be like State Fair Carnival, or it could be like Mardi Gras Carnival. A lot of Caribbean cultures do carnival season. Build-A-Bear, that is a store where people go to make stuffed animals. Typically bears, but not always bears. Usually they're in the mall. We've got here New Orleans. Oh, that's so funny that that came out, because I did mention Mardi Gras, and I was going to say like a lot of Caribbean cultures do carnival season, and I was going to say also, like New Orleans does carnival season as well, but I didn't say it, and now it definitely wants to come out. So Mardi Gras itself could be really significant to you. Maybe you're watching this during carnival season right now. This is a timeless reading. Maybe you're watching it during Mardi Gras season, or maybe you like recently went to Mardi Gras, or you have plans to go, or something like that. Hyphy by Federation. Hyphy music in general could be significant to you from the Bay, San Francisco Bay. Speaking of Bay, lobster, that makes me think of Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. Yes, maybe you really like lobster. Maybe you ate a lobster roll recently. Maybe you went to Red Lobster, for example. I also say sometimes like the Friends thing about somebody being somebody's lobster is coming up. I do not know really what that means. I've never really seen Friends like that. I've seen episodes, but like I don't really know like the entire plot line. So yeah, I don't know. Really, really by oh no. I just ripped it a little bit. Really, really by Kevin Gates. That's a song. All my diamonds shine because they really diamonds. And I want to say that he's from Baton Rouge. He's definitely from Louisiana. Clumsy by Fergie. Clumsy cause I'm falling in love. So in love with you. All right. Sorry, my voice is like a little off today because I'm a little sick. Black Truck by Mariba. I don't know how you say that girl's name, but that's a song too. Stay sick because I follow my gut. Oh, that's so funny because I said I'm a little bit sick right now. They say I've been pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Lights by Journey. That's another song. When the lights go down in the city and you've got so far to go, won't you dare to be there in my city? Oh, oh, oh. So yeah, when I say like any of these things could have come up in passing, maybe like you're literally, you know, in the car and you hear a car 2 lanes over or the lane next to you and they're blasting one of these songs or something, right? Like that could happen to you maybe yesterday or the day before yesterday or something like that. Road trip coming through. Maybe you have plans to go on a road trip. Maybe you're going to a road trip. Who knows? Who knows? Corny. My little Australian accent that I just did was kind of corny, but corny coming through for sure. She gon' shake it like a red nose. Like a red nose. Red Nose by Sage the Gemini coming through. Pull Up by Abra. Pull up to your crib, riding shoddy shoddy. Pull up with your bitch, now it's a party. Strawberry to wavy baby, feeling breezy. Said I'm crazy, you ain't seen shit, yeah. Oh, I love that song, Pull Up by Abra. Strobe Light by Little Dragon. Strobe Light. Ultraviolet blue. Yeah, that's a good one too. Eyes in too deep. Bring It On. The movie starring Kirsten Dunst and Eliza Dushku. I think that's how you say her last name. I don't freaking know. Anyway, that movie's amazing. Classic cheerleading movie. The Good Place TV show starring Kristen Bell and Ted Danson and some other people whose names I'm not remembering. How typical. I only remember the white people's names. That's crazy. Honey by Kuka, the Medicine remix. Jamila Jamil. She was one of the people who I was thinking of, but I couldn't name her. And then as soon as I said her name, I was like, she's dating James Blake in my brain. That's what I thought. So any of those things coming through. Nice by Beyonce and Jay-Z. Because I'm nice, 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 up all night. We've got here lemongrass. That could be like the flavor, the scent, the food. A Thai restaurant that I used to go to was called Lemongrass, so maybe you know about it. Maybe they have one in your city. Nana by Trey Songz. Oh, Nana. Look what you done started. Oh, Nana. Why you gotta act so naughty? Okay, entrepreneur. Maybe you're in your entrepreneur bag. Maybe you're getting your entrepreneurship together. What do we have here? We Used to Be Friends by the Dandy Warhols. Speaking of Kristen Bell, Kirsten Bell, I don't know how you say her name. That's funny that they came out kind of like on top of each other. So Kirsten or Kristen Bell, whatever her name is, she was the star of Veronica Mars, and We Used to Be Friends was the theme song of Veronica Mars. She also was the star of The Good Place, so that's why I brought it up. In case you already forgot. George Clooney. Okay, George Clooney. And right now I'm thinking about how he was Batman. At least I think he was Batman. I'm not really a comic book person, so I don't really know that much about it, but it's coming to mind. Nicki Minaj, Marilyn Monroe. So Nicki Minaj has a song named after Marilyn Monroe, but just like either of these two people could be significant to you somehow, just in general. And last but not least, we've got the number 38. I guess in some circles you could say it's 83, but the 3 would be backwards, so I don't really know about that. But 38 is coming here. Yes, okay. Light or lights, that has really come through as well too, because we had Strobe Light right here, and then we also have Lights by Journey. So I think that's interesting that they both came out at the same time. So maybe you just bought some new lights or some new light bulbs or like string lights or something like that. Maybe you saw like the Northern Lights or like, you know, also known as the Aurora Borealis. Something to do with lights. Maybe like your lights recently went out, you had a power outage, something to do with lights. That could be an identifier, just to let you know that this reading is for you. Oh, I'm also thinking it's kind of interesting that we have like kind of like 2 mentions of a journey on here. So like literally journey right here, the name of the band, and then also road trip. Road trips are a type of journey, right? So yeah, coming through pretty strong. I don't know exactly what that is, like how to tie that together, but hey, it's here, so I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to bring it on. Bring them out, bring them out. Yeah, okay. That song by Swizz Beatz and T.I. Yeah, Bring 'Em Out is like really here. I don't know why. It just randomly came up, but it's really here. Go listen to it. And go stream Bring 'Em Out. Anyway, okay. I'm going to go write these down in my tarot journal. If you want a tarot journal of your own or an abundance journal for your financial literacy journey, I did create both of those things for you. Links are in the description box. But yeah, let me go write these down in my tarot journal, and then we'll get into the mystery reading. Yay! I have no idea what it's going to be about, but it's going to be exciting. Let's go. Hey there, tarot fam. Welcome, welcome to the actual reading. Let's go ahead and get into it. I have no idea what this reading is going to be about. I don't know if this is the only deck I'm going to use or what, but I guess we'll find out. All right, Spirit. This mystery reading, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just so grateful to be able to do this as a job. I love reading tarot so much. I'm just so grateful just to be able to just do this and to create these videos and to have the equipment that I need to create these videos. So yeah. What is the message that you have today for this collective? What is the message? Oh, okay. What is the message that you have for this collective today, Spirit? We have here, ooh, the Devil, aka Miss Robinson here in this, it says Bristol's Funeral Home. The song, here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a space for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. All right. Yes, the vibes are coming through very strongly. It also made me think of that movie. I think Jennifer Aniston was in it, called The Family Stone, and I did mention the TV show Friends during our identifiers. The Family Stone had something to do with that song. I don't really remember the plot. I said the exact same thing when I mentioned Friends. I was like, I've never really seen Friends like that. I don't really remember the plot. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and it's the same exact thing with The Family Stone. Like, if I saw the whole movie at some point, I don't remember, but I do know it has something to do with the Mrs. Robinson song by Simon and Garfunkel, and I'm pretty sure it has Jennifer Aniston in it, and I don't really know the plot, but whatever. We'll figure it out. And I don't have my phone nearby, so I can't look it up. Whatever will come to me will come. We got here Dr. Grant, that's the Hermit. We have the Ace of Coins. We have the Ace of Baskets here in reverse, which is the Ace of Cups. And then we have the Chariot. And then we have Strength. This is so many major arcana cards. This is a lot of major arcana cards. So basically what I'm getting right now is that you have a new opportunity. Okay, some of you guys may end up having to choose money over love. Ooh, interesting. Ace of Sticks coming out of here. All of these aces and all of these major arcana cards. This is like literally a major turning point in your life, whatever this is. And it's interesting because the numbers are descending. All of these are aces or ones. So like those are all the same, right? But the numbers are going down. We go from 15 to 9 to 7 to 8. Well, I guess these are kind of mixed up a little bit. But like it's interesting that we have 7, 8, and 9 here together. I'm thinking about poker and how when you have numbers like in a row, or you have numbers that could be in a row, it's like a straight, right? And we're almost there, baby. We're almost to a straight. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but came to mind. Anyway, there are a few different messages that are coming out here. So I'm just going to say them all and you take the one that resonates for you. Okay. For some of you guys, there could be a mentor or a teacher who's coming through. You yourself might be a mentor or a teacher. Okay. And you could be getting a new opportunity. However, I'm going to say that this Ace of Baskets and this Ace of Sticks, both being in reverse, they worry me a little bit. And they almost make me wonder if either you're going to say no or maybe you should say no. There's something to do here with drive, determination, being on your own, standing on your own 2 feet, pushing yourself forward, and cultivating some sort of like strength or discipline in your life. Some of you guys might, I just heard no FAP. If you don't know what that is, it's like abstaining from self-indulgence, like sexual self-indulgence. I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube. Schmasturbating. You get what I'm talking about. Refraining from. So like, no, not doing that, right? As a way to kind of like clear your mind. This could definitely be about abstinence. Especially if you've been kind of like in either your own or somebody else's chokehold for a long time. And that doesn't have to literally be like, it doesn't have to be somebody you were in a relationship with. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It could even just be that like you had a really kind of destructive tie, possibly sexual tie. And I'm not talking about a soul tie. I don't really believe in those, but it's more like when you're really deeply attracted to somebody and you kind of decide to like let them do whatever they want to you or treat you any kind of way where you're like not really, your self-esteem is not where it needs to be. You are kind of like willingly putting yourself into their clutches. Doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing. So that song, Mrs. Robinson, it was from this movie called The Graduate. And in that movie, I want to say it's like Dustin Hoffman. I don't actually know these people's names. He plays this kid, this young man who has just graduated from college, and he goes home. He's trying to find a job, and he ends up having an affair with his parents' friend. She's married, and his parents are also trying to set him up with her daughter. And so he does go out with her daughter, and he really likes her. And in the meantime, he's having an affair with her mom. So it's like a whole thing, and it's a secret affair, right? And she seduces him. The mom seduces him, right? And it's like he knows he shouldn't be doing that. But the seduction is just like so tempting, right? And I feel like you could have been in a scenario where you were really just like tempted or really seduced or really attached to somebody. And you may have like recently, not even necessarily recently, you may have taken like a vow of like abstinence. You may have taken a break from relationships just in general and to be like focused on your coins, focused on your money, focused on getting that bag up, okay? And just like trying to get your life back on track is what I'm hearing, or rather what I'm seeing. Trying to get your life back on track. So with that being the case, let's go ahead and see what else the tarot has to say, because I'm like, is this the past or is this the future? All right, we've got the free man here, which is the fool here in reverse. I feel like this is the past, is what I'm just getting intuitively. I feel like this was the past that I just talked about, and especially with this fool coming out in reverse, it's like you're trying to move forward, but holding on to baggage. So I feel like this is the baggage maybe that you're holding on to or that you're coming into this reading with. And that could be a way for you to like know that this reading is for you. If what I said just resonated with you, then that could be a way for you to know that this reading is for you. I find it so interesting that major arcana cards keep coming out. They keep on coming out, and they're all in the upright over here anyway. This is in the reverse, and this is the Hierophant. Bishop C.H. Mason on this card, but it's the Hierophant here. I'm going to put that here to the side until I figure out what to do with it, because I want to go back to talking about this. The fact that all of these cards, the major arcana cards, are in the upright, to me, this says that this was a massive opportunity for growth for you. A massive opportunity for growth. And you can learn some of these lessons. Ooh, we had another one. Ooh, yes! The Fool just came right back out. It just came right back out, but this time it came out upright. It fell out on the ground and came out upright. So it's like, this is a massive opportunity for you to move forward, kind of recognize this baggage for what it was, recognize possibly that, you know, this attachment that you had was like a catalyst for you. That's one thing. But also just like recognize how much you learned from it. How much you actually learned from it. Even if it didn't feel the most nurturing at the time or whatever, even if it felt like a trap at the time, I think that you have either recently recognized the growth opportunity, or you have gotten over this cycle. You've gotten past this cycle. There's also like, you've just broken free is what I'm getting here. Breaking free, soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. If we're trying, oh, we're breaking free. Breaking free. And I find it interesting that it's like this man looks like he's like walking out of like a mausoleum or a cemetery or something like that, because it's like, you know, hell. It's like you got out of a hellish situation. That's like where the devil lives, right? The devil lives in hell, right? So it's like you have taken things back and you've gotten yourself out of this hellish situation, and that's what this whole thing is all about. It's about trusting yourself enough to know that you can get yourself out of any sticky situation you may be in. There's that confirmation right there. Out of any sticky situation that you may be in. This Hierophant card here in the reverse, I think, is also about not committing to certain things. In the upright, it talks a lot about commitment, and in the reverse, it's like deciding not to. Something feels off. What is that? Father of Baskets in the reverse. I just heard do anything for the plot. It reminds me of this guy on TikTok. I don't remember what his name is at all, but he is in this like weird relationship with this girl who was like really recently engaged to her boss, and the girl is like a few years older than him, and she keeps bringing him to like all of her work parties and like these fancy vacations, a lot of which are sponsored by her boss slash ex-fiance. And the boss slash ex-fiance very clearly wants her back, and it's very obvious to everybody, including the guy, that he's being used as like a pawn in this whole scenario. But he's like, I don't really care, because I'm just going to keep doing it for the plot. You know, they're inviting me on free trips. They're inviting me to do all this stuff. I'm just going to do it for the plot. And then he basically comes to TikTok and like reports back, right? So I'm getting this idea of self-destructive emotional behavior for the plot is coming through. And I kind of am getting this idea that like at a certain point, not only do you have to take responsibility for certain things, but you also kind of have to just grow up. And I know growing up can be hard. I'm hearing right now, like, I won't grow up, I won't grow up. Peter Pan, right? At a certain point, you kind of just have to, like, grow up and stop doing self-destructive things. That's, like, a hard message for me personally to deliver. It's a hard message, I also think, for me to hear, because who doesn't want to believe in, you know, dreams and fantasies, and who doesn't want to believe in, you know, the possibility of something fun being right around the corner, or some fun opportunity or whatever. And like hope, there's a hopefulness, right? Who doesn't want to have hope that you can just have fun forever? I don't like the idea of saying no to fun and potential opportunities and things like that. It feels bad. It feels icky. And maybe that's why I said like something was off. I don't know. Something still is like a little weird. It's not off, but something still is a little weird because it's like, who wants to say no to a fun time? That's exactly. I just finished rewatching Girls from HBO, the Lena Dunham show, and she says almost that exact same phrase verbatim in, I want to say it's like episode 1 or 2 of season 6. She's like, who would say, why say no to fun? After something very disappointing, after she learns something very disappointing, she's like, she changes her mind kind of, or at least puts on a happy face and is like, why would I say no to fun? Right? But I mean that sincerely. It's like, it's very difficult to say no to like a fun or carefree lifestyle in favor of responsibility. But if you're like a goal-oriented person, then maybe it's not that hard. If you are a very driven person, maybe it's not that hard. I don't know. But I do think that like either an opportunity being possibly rescinded or an opportunity just not working out could be coming through here with this Ace of Baskets and the Ace of Sticks both being in reverse. Also, the idea of like a deadbeat, somebody being a deadbeat, possibly a good for nothing, good for nothing deadbeat is coming through. This Father of Baskets being in reverse. And also the Bishop C.H. Mason being in reverse. And the Free Man, that card is traditionally called the Fool. A lot of these cards have different names in this deck. And I picked this deck at random. I was guided to it, so I do want to really take the differences into account here. But I just have to say, like, the Free Man sometimes is often called the Fool in a lot of other decks. The fact that it's not called the Fool here makes me think that maybe something isn't foolish, but making the choice to be free, to be untethered, to be to like not subscribe to the same principles, beliefs, and values that other people have, and to kind of like protect your freedom at all costs, even if it's at emotional costs, is coming through. And when I say emotional costs, I mean like emotional costs of other people. Possibly like leaving behind a family or a child, maybe even just a pet for some of you guys, because we do have like this animal here in the Strength card. Maybe just a pet here. I feel like you're the type of person who wants to like gather experiences. Like I'm just looking at this Dr. Grant here, and it's like he's got this bag with him. Kind of the same way you would think that the Fool has a bag in a lot of like Rider-Waite cards. He's got this bag with him, and it's like he's like picking up roots and stuff and just like different herbs and roots and things to take back to use in his like tinctures and medicines and things like that. But like this makes me think of like you're gathering experiences in life, because that's the Hermit card, and you're just gathering knowledge and you're, you know, picking up things to take with you. There is like a liberation here with this Ace of Coins. At the very least, it's a new opportunity, and it's an opportunity that comes with some kind of support. Maybe support but no love. Maybe support but... You know what's interesting? This, to me, when it's upside down, it's like I see like a fork with a stack of pancakes on it. Like, it's not even a stack of just like some pancakes, like a little piece of pancakes on it. I don't know what that black thing is, but I'm seeing it's like pancakes with like syrup and stuff. And there's a pie here in this one, right? I guess it's the idea that it's like, in order to have maybe good health or something like that, you might have to give up certain things that you either love or have really been indulgent in with this Ace of Cups here. I would like to imagine Railroad Bill as like a pioneer. I don't really know if that's what that is though. I don't know where the book is to go with this. To go with this deck, it might be at my other house. Something I'm noticing is that it looks kind of like these two men are wearing like a similar hat. I don't know if you guys can see that. The hats that they're wearing look pretty similar to me. And, ooh, Papa was a rolling stone. That could be coming through. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Right? And when he died, all he left me was alone. And I'm thinking like this idea of, in order to secure your freedom, like I said, there's really something that you have to give up. There's something you have to give up, maybe that you also enjoy. I don't know if you would have enjoyed it more, but that you also enjoy. And the reason why I say I don't know if you would have enjoyed it more is because it's like this pie versus the pancakes. And now I'm thinking about like, pie is kind of like a special occasion type of food. I don't know, is it? To me it is. I don't know how often other people have pie, but to me it's kind of like a special occasion food. And it's not even like special, you know, it has to be a graduation or a birthday in order for everybody to have pie. No, it's more just like a once in a while kind of treat is maybe what I should say. Whereas pancakes, I feel like are a lot more common in a diet. You probably have pancakes a lot more often than you have pie. And if that's not true for you, just take this as a metaphor that it's turning into. Take this as the metaphor to be that it is. Right? There's some sort of treat type of opportunity, I think. And in order to take that, I think you have to turn down something that's a little more everyday, a little more mundane. And this could require some kind of, I don't want to say force, but that's the word that's coming to mind. It could require some kind of momentum or force or real vision of what's ahead in order to make it happen. It also could require some sort of discipline and self-control in order to make it happen. But I think if you do this, it will help you to secure the freedom that you're looking for, the freedom that you crave, maybe an unconventional kind of lifestyle. But this Father of Baskets here in the reverse is a little concerning to me because it's like, that's the type of person it always makes me think of like Tommy Wiseau. I don't know how you say his last name. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie, The Room. And then there was another movie based off of it, starring James Franco, called The Disaster Artist, where he played Tommy Wiseau. So Tommy Wiseau is like a real person, and he directed and starred in this movie called The Room. And it's like a cult classic, and it's one of those like horribly bad movies where it's like so bad it's good type of movies. And he was so passionate about this project. Like, he produced it himself, he directed it himself, I'm pretty sure he wrote it himself. And he was like horribly mean to everybody on set. At least that's like the lore behind the film. And then like the movie comes out and it's like very terrible. And it's like when you but the thing is, he believed in himself so much. This is like the tyrannical side of that, where your vision is more important to you than like other people's feelings, or your vision is more important to you than your emotional responsibilities that you have to other people or to other beings. And I think that you could be putting yourself in this, because maybe you came from this space where you were caught in the clutches of the devil, a person who was not good for you, or some sort of temptation, possibly addiction, something like that. It's almost, is it like an overcorrect? I don't even think it's an overcorrection. I think that it's just like, you've decided that your freedom, like I said, comes before other people's feelings. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I think it depends on what your responsibilities are, right? It depends on what your responsibilities are, but if you're watching this, you might not be the type of person who has a lot of responsibilities. Let's see what else is coming out here. Spirit, more in this message, this mystery message. Mother of Coins here in reverse. Yeah, this is just like a selfishness, a decision. A decision to be selfish. And then here we have the Sun. It's all going to turn out okay. That's why I was saying I don't know if this is like a good or a bad thing. It's all going to turn out okay. I think it's interesting that this card is called Big Mama, and she's like offering a plate of cornbread, because it's kind of like, you know, okay, thinking, going back to the whole deadbeat thing, it's like when one of the parents isn't present, sometimes like a grandparent will come in and will help, right? And I kind of feel like there's like this idea that there's somebody here who could help, or who has a lot to offer, or that you will be even rewarded potentially for taking on this like selfish kind of attitude that is reflected here in these cards. And I want to go back to this first row of cards again, because I really feel like the lesson that you're learning from that time period, from that past that we discussed earlier, is kind of the reason why you can kind of get away with this. Because anybody else, like a whole deadbeat situation, or valuing your freedom so much over other people's feelings, like I kind of feel like that feels like it has a negative connotation to it. But like this card reading is like, no, you're going to get away with it, and it's actually going to be really great. It's actually going to be really okay here with this Sun card at the end. Like things are going to work out perfectly. And the reason why is, I think, because you had this whole past situation that I was talking about before. And I also want to say, I feel like for some of you guys, you might have lived alone for a really long time. Or you might have felt alone. Even if you were living with other people, you might have felt alone. You might have felt like you either didn't have time for self-love or self-care, or you didn't have love in your life for a while. And so you were kind of like going it alone, or doing the best that you could, just to keep chugging along, doing things on your own, being independent, being by yourself for a while. And I think that you developed a certain amount of strength and discipline in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love and sexuality and things like that. I think you just developed a lot of discipline in a lot of ways. And because you've learned this lesson, and because you've spent so much time alone, and because you dealt with some sort of like really toxic situation in the past, and you've grown past it and you've grown beyond it, it's almost like you've earned this freedom. You've earned this freedom and this attitude and this selfishness. You've earned it. And I think you're actually going to be rewarded for it. That's so wild. But, you know, life works in mysterious ways. It really does. You never know. You never know what path things, like a road, will lead you down. So don't forget to like this video and to subscribe. If you want to leave a comment down below to kind of like let us know what it is that you have been through, or if this resonated with you, I would love to hear more about your story. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me in this reading. I love you, I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.